Hey guys, it's Cameron from Desert RC. It's been a while since I've made a buggy video. I had a couple of people ask during my show and tell of all my rigs. This one was kind of taken apart in the meantime. I've taken the 2.2 5-inch tall cut and shuts off of this buggy and put them on the FJ45 Desert RC build that I have, and I put these 1.9 Method wheels on there from Vanquish. We do have a little bit of brass in the front beadlock clamp ring, so it should make a little bit of a difference with the forward weight bias. We haven't done that before, so it should be interesting to see how this drives. Got to break in these G8 crawlers on here, and I did buy some, what brand? Oh, RC all-wheel drive shocks, and I made them internally sprung, a lot like a Pricey. I think it's the same exact shock, just he machines down the threads, but I took apart the shock, did some internal springs, bought a spring kit from Amazon and these rings. I think I spent like 45 bucks total, and I've been playing with the oils and the springs internally. So I'll see if they do any good out here, and if not, I may go back to a standard shock type. But let's get out on the rocks. We're at Area 51 right now. Really grippy rocks. I'm hoping to get a really good break in on these G8 crawlers. All right, let's get to it. It is a windy day, so forgive the wind noise. Hopefully it dies down a little bit. That little scale motor in the back, or scale engine, is a 22 RE turbo from JE Designs Alaska. Dude makes some really cool scale motors. I think he has a Ecotech on the way, and he's got the LS or LSX engine. Just a really nice design. Little spark plug wires, oil fill cap unscrews. Pretty awesome. I think I paid like $165 for it. They're not cheap. Talk a little bit about the parts that are in here. Some of you may already know, but we have the deluxe portal trans with the Hobbywing Fusion 2-in-1. We are running a Castle BEC at 8.4 volts, two Reefs 900 smart servos front and rear, behind the axle front and on top of the axle in the rear. I would put behind the axle servo mount in the rear if I had the space for it, but the JE Designs motor is kind of taking the space of that. F10 portal axles. And as far as overdrive, underdrive, we have 17% underdrive portal gears in the rear. And then we have 10% overdrive in the front and then 10% underdrive in the rear. So we have a total of 37% overdrive, which I feel, since this is four-wheel steer, I'm not too worried about side hill. I think it's good because we can compensate for that with the rear steer. Do need taller tires on this, and I don't know how I feel about these shocks so far. I might go back to the tried and true Dravtex or the Traxxas big bores. Lost it. All right, let's try that one again. Yeah, this car just is kind of not settled the way I'd like it to be, and I think it's a lot to do with the shocks. kind of precarious. Let's see. Yeah, there's a big hole in there. Drop off. I'm quite a ways off the ground. Pretty steep. Here we go. Just following that little crevice with the rear left side. Hopefully we can pull this off because this would be a pretty sweet line. It does get super steep over here on the side, so I don't know how possible it's going to be, but too wild. This gets too steep, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Also, the wind is kind of shaking my buggy here. Let's see if I can get it to settle a little bit. Spot to come back out to in better conditions. Yeah, with these shocks set up the way they are, I get like a probably 3/4 tire of articulation. It's just not enough for a buggy. I need more. Those Voodoo shocks were leaking all the time. They weren't that They weren't that good. The only thing that made them good was the D's bands that were attached to them. The best this thing has ever crawled is when I had 2660 big bore shocks, but again, those limited articulation. So I might have to go with like a, I don't know, Traxxas big bore, because they're 86 millimeters long. Shock ball end to ball end. And I think I might go with the big bore in the front and then like a 96 mil drab tech in the rear, just to get that articulation. Nice. Gotta keep my eyes peeled for snakes. I got so many things going on. 4-wheel steer, camera, looking at my rock crawler. Also got a big old lizard. This video might be absolute trash because of the blown out audio from the wind. I apologize, you guys. Really can't do anything about that. Let's reset that one and see if we can get that. It's definitely a line we can get once we have these tires broken in. figure out what tires I'm gonna run on there. I think I might do the 525 Tusks. Just gotta find a new rim that looks good on here. I think I might do a little revamp on this one too. Paint the plastic, paint the panels. You know what tire I think might be cool on here? Some cut and shut super swampers. Love the way those tires look, and they actually do pretty dang well out here. Yeah, I think I want a tire with an aggressive sidewall. I don't know how I feel about the Trepidors. Let me know what you guys think about the Trepidors, if you think they're a good tire or not compared to like a BFG crawler or a Tusk. Yeah, these tiny tires are getting us. Alright, to keep this from being a super long video, we're just going to bypass that one. Alright, one more climb before we call it a day here. Actually, I see a second one, but we got a lot of work to do I gotta get back to. Oh, and I think we just hit 2,040 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for getting me there. It means so much. This is the point now where we're making some money off of YouTube. It's not a lot, but it's enough to like cover the gas bill for the month, which is nice. Just goes to show when you stick with something long enough, it starts to pay off at some point. There's multiple times where I wondered if I was going to continue to do the YouTube thing or not. It's just, it takes time. You know, I don't have a whole lot of that. I'm busy with family, with my business. And try to get that content for you guys consistently every single week, and we haven't missed a beat yet. So it's definitely been a challenge. But thank you guys for supporting. Seriously, it means a ton. Yeah, if we had more flex, we wouldn't be in such a pickle that we're in right now. There we go. There it is. Okay. Wish I had dig. Oh, that new transmission that Deluxe RC or Deluxe Fab just came out with. It is a twin motor transmission, so you can run two revolvers or outrunner motors on kind of like an MOA setup, so you can choose to have front and rear dig. I think that'd be awesome to have on these buggies. And the price point wasn't so steep. I think it's like $300 for that transmission. That's a lot to ask, but I get it. It's a really cool piece of technology, and nobody else has anything out like that right now. And Deluxe Fab makes some quality, highly machined parts, and I don't know. I would like to get that transmission. We'll see. I think that's a big tire section right here. So we'll move on to the next one and then we'll wrap it up. That's a tough one. All right, guys. Thanks you guys so much for watching to the end. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see next. All right, catch you guys next week.